Hello and welcome. My name is Professor Winnie. Today we will be talking about virtual learning environments, VLEs. We will have a look at Adobe Connect, a 2D VLE, and we will look at Second Life used as a 3D VLE. At the end of this module, you will see two sample videos showing how you can use Second Life as a teaching and learning platform. Can you imagine watching a video while in a 3D world? How about watching a video in a 3D world that was filmed in that 3D world? Think about it. In a way, it's like Alice through the looking glass. So join me as we venture into virtual learning environments. Welcome to English City, a creation of LanguageLab.com, developed specifically for English language learners. Today, I'm going to take you on a whirlwind tour of English City. There are so many things to see and quite a few things to talk about. Let me catch my breath and we'll get started. LanguageLab.com has its own proprietary browser that teleports you directly to the welcome area where you are met by a host when you are new. On every block, there are locator signs, so it is easy to find where you want to go. And there are troubleshooting stations for those who are having trouble with their headsets. There's a Market Leader Business Center that is named after the best-selling business English book in the world, published by Pearson Education. English City also has an IELTS and TOEFL preparation center. Airline English has been popular in English City. From baggage handling to ticket sales. And then there's Aviation English. Flight attendants need to know enough English to perform their duties while on the ground and in the air. They need to know all safety procedures in English. And pilots and co-pilots need to learn to communicate with the control tower.
140, fly 1000 for 5000.
5 Los Angeles departure radar contact, climb and maintain 3000. Speed.
Oil rig workers need to learn the international language of English. They need to practice repair procedures, both above water and below. Loading and unloading barges is also very complicated. All of this requires a good command of English, or lives could be at stake. In English City, there is a lock system and waterworks for those who need to practice marine English. There's English for the environmental sciences. LanguageLab.com has had many requests for medical English training. They have an ambulance, an emergency room, an intensive care unit with all of the equipment so they can practice medical procedures and patient relations. English City has English classes for those working in the hospitality industry. There's a hotel, beaches, restaurants, bars, lunch counters, cafes, and cocktail lounges. This allows students to practice their English in a variety of hospitality settings. There's a newspaper for those interested in journalistic English, and a bank for those interested in financial English. Classes are held in many different locations. Here is a class being held in a gypsy caravan. Here is a class being held on Halloween, in which all of the students are dressed in different costumes. There are business classes, basic English classes, and city events that the students can participate in. According to Language Lab, a space's learning validity depends on these elements. Here is a checklist of success factors for teaching and learning. Language Lab believes in learning as doing, and the theorists seem to agree. What a wonderful day it is. I hope you enjoyed my whirlwind tour. I think I'll just spend the rest of the afternoon floating down the river. After all, I don't have to be anywhere. I'm just an avatar. Hello, and welcome to English Easily. My name is Professor Winnie. Today we will be talking about the first conditional. When we use the first conditional, we are thinking about the future. We are referring to a condition or a situation in future time and the result of this condition. We choose to use the first conditional because there is a real possibility that this condition will happen. For example, here I am looking at the sky on a Saturday morning. I want to go for a walk later. However, there are some dark clouds in the sky. Even though it is not raining yet, the probability that it will rain is very real. So, I start thinking about what I will do if it rains. Perhaps it will be a better idea to stay home and read in front of the fireplace. Notice how a first conditional sentence is constructed. There are two clauses in this construction. A clause that begins with if, or an if clause, and a result clause. In the if clause, use the simple present to talk about the condition in the future. If it rains. In the result clause, use will plus the simple form of the verb to talk about the possible result in the future. I will stay home and read in front of the fireplace. If it rains, I will stay home and read in front of the fireplace. The thing to consider when using the first conditional is that there is a real possibility that the condition will happen So, if I see dark clouds in the sky and the wind begins to blow, it will probably rain. Be careful of a mistake frequently made by English as a second language learners. Never use will in the if clause. Thank you for joining me here at English Easily in the wonderful world of Second Life.